Right, so I should start from the beginning. So we didn't do anything. We didn't hear anything.
We didn't hear nothing.
Really? Oh, good. All right. So we'll start again from the Maimer Ve'ine Bechdei. So we finished talking on page test Ve'ine Bechdei. Maimer, before we finished saying how the Yudke, the concept of Nametza Gosi Yudke, when we have Yudke to be Mamshel the Shem Avaya Shabatzmas, but Mela the Yudke, the Vavke will be Yudke. That's what the Nametza Gosi call. We call the Yudke Anela. How do we reach? How do we draw from that madrige? Like you explained earlier, which avoider reaches this elicits milmaila that gilui of the yudke avay shabatzmas. That's the tshuva. Shazeh min hameitza kohasi, and that's moments in the pasuk. Meitza means tshuva. Meitza means in a place of meitza, a tight place, uncomfortable place. They are tshuva. Abo min hameitza to the tshuva, to the feel, the drive of tshuva that comes from the tight place. There's a kohasi. To that we can call the madrig of yudke, which is the avay shabatzmas. And this is the reason why we say the pasuk before Tkiyas. Tkiyas Shefa is the meaning of tshuva. So before the tshuva, we say Nametz. So in the beginning of Samachor, brings Allah from the Rambam. The Rambam. I don't remember the Rambam is, but. So in the Rambam it describes that shofar is tshuva, but in our Maimar it describes more the inner meaning of it. Number one, tkiya, the blowing the shofar is at saka pshuta ma'imka delipa. The tkiya, the scream, that's an expression of the deep scream comes straight from the depth of the heart. That's number one. That's the chlal in tshuva, in tkiya. Before the shvarim tuah, and that concept of tzak, of crying, is expressed more in Shvarim in the Torah. That's the Gemara says in Rosh Hashanah to describe the difference in the Shvarim and the Torah. It's two types of cries. Like a Shvarim, it's three, but the number three is not that important. The idea is that it's types of crying that is a little longer, and the Torah is like short outbursts of cry. So all these, the Tkiya, the Shvarim, the Torah, all these are an expression of Tzarle Me'etzem Arichuk. The person who's blowing shofar, the person who's doing tshuva, feels very tight and not comfortable because of the distance from the Eibishter, Vayeshus, and the fact that.
I'm sorry, you're reading from the text that you sent yesterday?
What?
What are you reading from?
Amud Tes.
Oh, okay.
Because tshuva is not necessarily a sin. The person sins and he does tshuva. The fact that he feels distant from the Eibishter, that drives into the tshuva. But take a fashion v'chumris, he feels that he's distant from the Eibishter and is in the ultimate state of yeshus and chumris, ego and materialism. That itself, the recognition that is very far and removed and distant, that makes him very uncomfortable. And the breaks his heart. So to that tshuva, to that tzaka, the tshuva, so that brings that in turn is mamshech milmayla, but we learned in the Maimar before the madrega of Shem Havaya Shabatzis. Shegam Vovke Yikma Yutke. Zeu Inyan Beis Shem Havaya Shkel V'Yisarachim. So that's the point of the Beis Shem Havaya. We said earlier in the first Maimar, but it says we say every day. V'Hava Hashem Upon Vayikra Havaya Havaya. That's the two Shemes Havaya. So Kael is the first of the Gimel Midas Rachman. Havaya is before that. So they have two Shemes. The kiss, that's the Krisis breeze. the Christus bris of Moshe Rabbeinu, in an Echikeres bris, so that is the beginning with the Tzarach. The Christus is the Moshe ala Tshuva. We learned it in a few more in Beis and also in Samachay somewhere. Yeah, Samachay. That in the Torah we find 3 times the meaning of bris: the bris of Noach, Zoysa bris; the bris of Avram, by him of course Hashem is Avram bris, and the bris of Moshe Rabbeinu in an Echikeres bris. So see, this explains that the three levels of the 3 bris is the bris of Noach is and Pashat and Teva Olam. The world should continue running as is. Bris at that's Noach. Bris at Avram, that's the bris of Torah mitzvahs. The Eden should follow Torah mitzvahs. Chiddush of Moshe Rabbeinu, the bris of Moshe Rabbeinu is al Tshuva. That's what it says. It explains by Rishos in the Mamorim of we learned a few Mamorim. The get to us, what he says here is that the Christus is the Moshe al Tshuva. So the Chiddush of Moshe Rabbeinu is a Tshuva. So the Rebbe revealed to Moshe. The Nidum mit Tzarachim. Tshuva means the Rebbe makes a bris. What is Tshuva? Simple terms. The Rebbe tells us even if you fail, you have the capacity, the ability to repent and being reinstated. So that's the meaning of the bris and Tshuva. So where is that expressed? Where is that expressed in Moshe Rabbeinu? That's it. That's the whole point of the bris of Moshe. The Rebbe has mercy and he forgives sin to Tshuva. That's the meaning of Vayikra Vayavai. The Hamshach, the Shem Havai Sheba'atz, the Hamshach like that Tshuva. So that's Vayikra Vayavai. The first Havai is the Havai Sheba'atzvos. That's Nimshach in the second Havai, and that starts the beginning of the beginning of the Sarah. So basically in this paragraph we just finished, he brought out the point how the Hamshach of Shem Havai Sheba'atzmos, that is the Tshuva. That's Minametz. But now he's going to delve into it much more elaborate. So we have to go into the concept, the difference, and find in Chazal the difference tzaddikim bal tshuva. Chazal said, have an advantage of a tzaddik. That's really something that's surprising. How is it possible? What is that tzaddik gomer? Tzaddik gomer, like it says in Tanya, she'ein b'shum shemetz ta'oivus rak klal. Tzaddik gomer doesn't have an iota of any evil. He hates evil. It's like in Tanya Perik Yud. Va'oived es Hashem b'nishmos. And the tzaddik gomer is Va'oived Hashem b'nishmos. She'ein b'chinas merkava mamash. They're a total merkava, kamoi, or ovis, she'oived b'chinas merkava kol yimein. Like the others, they were in a state of Makova their entire life, and Shekol, that's the Lashon in Tanya, which is taken really from Ramban. So that's a tzaddik, as it passes about the tshuva, Eichit Tochen Sharav, Blazer ben Dodai, Shos the tshuva, B'chol Libe, Pam Achas, Achi, Yotze, Nishmosoi, as it passes, Blazer ben Dodai, all his life did Averis. The last minute, he did tshuva, B'chol Libe, Yotze, Nishmosoi. He goes to Avram Avinu Hashem. How's it possible? The husband dies higher than Avram. And that's stuck at Be'emes Kenu. We see Shai Bocher Rebbe. The Gemara says after the story of the Daya, the Gemara says Bocher Rebbe Yesh Kainei Lomev Shoachas. So Rebbe cried that Yesh Kainei Lomev Shoachas. It doesn't die. Acquired his spirituality, spiritual world in one move. The Rebbe himself. So when the Rebbe cried means it's a cry of like saying, I didn't achieve it. He achieved it. The Rebbe Nikra Rabbeinu HaKodesh. Number one, the Rebbe is called Rabbeinu HaKodesh. HaKodesh Muvdu Min HaOlam. Rabbeinu HaKodesh was very separated. The Gemara says, Shalei Neisi Afilu Put Achas. Rebbe was a very holy and very holy person. V'yomayev de'avay v'nishmos. And is a Avodas Hashem Nishmas. That's why it's a code. Rabbeinu HaKodesh. Mekom Bacher Rebbe. Yosh Keinei Lama Meshachs. In other words, the Rebbe was saying that Rabbi Mandai has an advantage over him. So that we have to understand this whole thing. How do we explain the concept that Bali Tshuva, higher than Tzadikim, if a Tzadik is mamish, a total Yosha mamish. Not only that, that we have to understand also in this Gemara from Rebbe, Rabbeinu HaKadosh, with Rabbi Mandai, there's another expression you have to understand. Why is what's the difference? Like, the Gemara makes it sound the fact that that the Mandai managed to capture his to experience his Olam Haba, in other words his spirituality in one move. It's something special about it. He says essentially, what is the difference if you achieve something in 1 second or in a few years? If you reach the same level, what's the difference? In other words, there must be a message. So he goes into this gosh. הנה שרש הצדיקים משם מה שכנס התיקון, ושרש אבל תשובה משם בן שנופל בשביר. So he starts with the whole, takes us to different level. It says in Kabbalah that tzadikim bal tshuva, there's really even in the Kabbalah, there are two shapes. There's the way is, we have to start on the other side. That there's the Rebbe that created Olam HaToyu, that's in Shem Ban. And Elam HaToyu, there was a shiur, there was a breakdown, it didn't fit, it didn't work. Then after that, there's a Shema, which is the Mesaken, the fix is the Shemban. That's the function of Shema. The Gelen Yaneinu, so Sheres HaTzadikim Shema Sheknes HaTikun. Tikun means everything, the Tikun versus Torah. Torah means chaos, Tikun means order. So in other words, Tikun represents order. So that's like the Shamas Tzadikim come from Elam HaTikun. Tzadikim, everything is proper, everything is in order. So their shares from Tikun. Bali Tshuva, their shares is from Toyu, because chaos. Tshuva is a result of something which didn't work.
Is a shorish of the avodah, no, not a shorish of the person. The person is all from the same.
Yeah. Okay, you want to go into that? Yeah, the meaning of the word Shoresh Tzadikim, Shoresh Bali Tshuva, it means it's talking about the concept, obviously. We're not talking about the individuals now. The concept of Tavedas Tzadikim is in Tikkun, and Tavedas Bali Tshuva is from Torah. Right. Shema, then it says another remez. So, okay, remez number one is that Tikkun is order, and Torah is chaos. Everything tzaddik, by tzaddik, everything is in order. By Bali Tshuva, there is this disruption, what we call. That's number one. And another remez, Ma begimatria Adam. Ma, the Shem Ma, the word Ma is begimatria Adam. Adam means human, which is Adam is a human being, is lives in an orderly and logical way. So Ban begimatria Reim. Mashenkim Ban means the Shem Ban. The word Ban is begimatria Behema. Behema, in that sense, is also not logical. Ksiv, okay, it brings in the pasuk. Zarat is basically all Zer Adam Zer Behema. It's a famous pasuk that says that Bnei Soul break down between Zer Adam Zer Behema, two types of neshamas. Zer Adam Nishmas Tzadikim, Zer Behema Nishmas Bali Tshuva. Okay, so we see also here that you're going to bring a bunch of sources to prove the point that the Adam and Behema is the different Tzadikim Bali Tshuva. But again, like you said, it doesn't necessarily mean individuals. It means the concept. What does it say here? So number one, it says that Adam Tzadikim Zer Behema is Bali Tshuva. In the famous Maimon Terer Mishpatim, Kisik Nevedi, over there also talks about this Zer Adam Zer Behema. But in those Maimorim, I think the difference between Adam Behema is more between Tzaddik and a Beinoni more. Here it talks Tzaddik and Bali Tshuva. Moshe Razal, B'Seito, Loikol, V'Leishona, all of them of Zarati Zer Behema. So again, somebody is Loikol, V'Leishona, he has to do Tshuva. So there's another remez in Chazal that behemoth applies to someone who's not a tzaddik. Ubechulin daf Hamad Aleph, another Gemara. The mina behema ela peishu. Ryan Shom bePirush al pasuk Zarat. Look up the hash. Okay. What is it? One second. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see here. Oh, it says like this. The Gemara says, "Mina behema." So the Gemara, "La'avi bnei adam shdemin lebehema." Kan shemekab, kan almost shemekabin kavodas in Peshay Soul, but she has a b'tshuva. So we see the Peshay Soul are compared to behema. So that she has a b'tshuva. But then what is the Rashi? Rashi pasuk Zerati be'ir. Let's see. Rashi. So, Rashi. No, sorry. So base. Payment base. Payment base. Base. Okay. Okay. Okay, the Rashi. Okay, brings there's a Rashi in the famous base. That's Zer Beima. So the Rashi. Loy korah, loy shana. The Shemar Shabbat Chacham. All about Kosav Beima was the Rashi. They saw Zer Beima. Lema Chacham Burim. So basically, Rashi says that Zer Beima means Burim. Okay. Be'ir mi per shashek, Moshe Tigim Yenesen. So this pasuk is Rashi's name says Adam Zer Beima is a pasuk in Yirmiyah. So he brings what Rashi says in Yirmiyah. In Yirmiyah, the pasuk Zer Beima says Rashi Kamoi b'Shetigim Yenesen v'atzlichinan kebeir she'atzachosam kebeheima she'ena v'senif kodem aleo. In other words, according to Rashi in Yirmiyah, that it says Zer Beima, it's like a positive thing. The Eibushter is going to make him Zer Beima just like a behemoth. doesn't pay for its action because it doesn't have fear. מלך שאין המסן נפקודים עליו, היינו כמו שקודם מדרשה בשלח, and another מדרש, בוסר ודם מפרש בשטויסם. When you sin against the bosser v'dam, against a human being, he holds you accountable. אבל הקדוש ברוך הוא אין כן, מוצא שכננו לא יקייבש. שנאמר יושר ירחמנו נראה עכשיו נעשינו. The Eibush does not like bosser v'dam, he's going to forgive us. So that points out the point, stands at the point that Rashi said that what does be'ema mean? That he doesn't hold accountable. So that's similar to the concept of that the fact that it sins, it doesn't have to pay for it. So that's similar to the concept of shiur. Okay, a little far premise, but okay. Okay, so we finished. It's a little bit this side discussion to prove the Indian of, because it said he started saying ban the gematria behema. So he got into brought a few sources to strengthen the point that behema represents a person who is not a tzaddik. And b'meila the avodah is about true. Shame ban kasha oilach nishayzer mamata zayin in a tshuva the bal tshuva. Okay, so we finished talking about expressing a tzaddikim bal tshuva connected to shema and shem ban. Yedua, okay, that's one. Yedua, now we're going to go explain what is Shema and Shem Ban. Yedua, the Shema Ban, the Prinas Ayin V'yesh. And it's explained in Chassidus that Man Ban al Ayin and Yesh. Ma is Ayin. Ayin means the infinity, the nothingness of the Ein Sof. And in Ban is the Yesh. Ma plus ein be'etzem, because the word ma by definition means nothingness. Like when Moshe said, told to the Eden when they complained, who are we? We are nothing. So the word ma contains the concept of bittul, of nothingness. The shema, why is shema the Indian of ayin? The year is the shema. Ma and ban are also eres and kelim. So the shema represents the oil. The oil, the light that oil is the light in the sense that it's what does the light mean? Light, when you look at something, that light is not it's not, there's nothing essential, there's nothing tangible there, it's just an expression of the source. So the oil represents the in of bittul. Shubchines ayin the bittul atzim. V'gam oisias the mind hein shebchines bittul be'etzim shegozem hakamach. Now he says another, in the parentheses he adds another question that in ma gufa there's oils and kalim, the oisias, even the oisias they are also from this bit. Shem ban, mashenken shem.
I'm sorry, Otio means what? If I was referring to the or Kelly.
What?
The osios, the ma is kelim, yeah?
It's okay. Kalim. Bechlal oisias is kalim, but it's like kalim shebe'oil. It's ayamadig in kalim. Yeah. You're right. Oisias in general represents kalim, but oisias shebe'mayim is bittul. It's like we learned in the Mayim before. It's the way the oisias the kalim are color in the oil. It's not. They're not. Bittul be'etzem. They're not defined yet. So that's the ending of ma. Okay. So again, so this Chatzigel is the Hagav. The point is that ma represents the concept of oil adovek be'etzem, which is in the state of ayin, bittul. V'shem ban, mashenken shem ban, it's oisias v'kein, it's yesh kanoida. So that's another difference in ma and ban. Ma is ayin, oils, and ban is yesh, which is kein. Omnom yesh loima. Shem ban Gam b'chinas oiris. There's a concept of shem ban in oiris also. Wait a minute. והיינו בבחינת אויר שאין בבחינת מדרגס ובמקור. So in oiris gufa there are two madregas. There's oir adovog b'mkor and there's shein adovog b'mkor. Kalim, that's already the makabel. Oil is the mashpia. Oil means the expression of the mashpia. With the way the mashpia is expressed can be done in two different modes. There's dovog b'mkor, means when you look at the oil, you only see the moil. You don't feel that there's anything separate here. But there's a oil shein adovog b'mkor. There's a level of oil which is separate from its source, so that even though it's oil, it's already considered separate. B'meila, that's also shem ban. Kamoi shebchinas malchus b'chinas shem ban. When we say malchus is ban, okay, in another language, Chassidus, another ways to relate to it, it says that zo is ma, and malchus is ban. So malchus is ban. I gamma the malchus is ban. That's when it's only. So it goes into like a real subtle difference here that generally speaking it's eres and kalim. He says more specifically within eres gufa there's the which is double mimkoyer, that's ma, and the ain't double mimkoyer, that's ban. It says in malchus the of zon, the of malchus, not just the kalim, the is also. The of Zoh is Dovim Kaya, the of Malchus is okay, so he added another layer to the understanding of the difference in Ma and Ban. First of all, it says Eretz and Kedim, then he says in the Eretz Gufa, Zveikas Shleif Zveikas. But Makam Achamavur, then there's more Chassidus about Ma and Ban. Ma Achamavur, the closest Tashlachnes Ma and Ban. In every aspect of Ishtalshalus, in every step in Ishtalshal, we find the two modes, the two streams of mind ban, como Atik v'Arich. So this is the Atik and Arich. It starts for the reason of this example in Atik and Arich. So Atik is ma and Arich is ban. Chachma or Bina, same thing. Chachma and Bina. Chachma is ma and Bina is ma. Chachma is ma and Bina is ban. What is the earliest, the highest madrega, the first root source, the highest level? Who in the sense of Shema. So that's what we learned in the Maimah before. The madrega for that Shema. Maimah or Yoshma Bilvat. So Yoshma Bilvat is the ultimate level of Dveikus and the ultimate level of Bittul. That is in Lifnei Atzimtzum. The kav, it calls it tzimtzum akav. Interesting expression, but the kav is shem ban. Why not? The sham shachos al def sak tzimtzum. Nim shachos machos den sof shachos asi. Shkaz v'leter the abir the reason. So the kav is considered shem ban. Number one, LDF Sekat Simtzum. Number two, because it comes from Malchus Dein Sof, just as Siyas. All this represents ban.
Is this considered a new mimer from Vehine?
Yeah, I started. Yeah, okay. So I missed to tell. What happens is that when the Rebbe Rashab used to say Mamorim, I think when he said it, he had a Dibra Mascho. But in a few places, we found it also in other, not nine ways, in other Mamorim, that sometimes when he said the second mimer, when he wrote it down, he didn't write the Dibra Mascho. He just started the concept. He continued from before.
Right.
So this like it says the Nafter. The first mimer was said the first day of Rosh Hashanah. The second mimer was the second day of Rosh Hashanah. So it's two. Yeah, it's a new mimer.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So from this, what we just saw now, that ban can also mean Arich and Bina.
Ayin Ches is a Hamshich, right? It's not separate.
The first, no, it's not Hamshich. It's Ayin Ches is a Sefer Mamorim. Now, in the Maimon, in Sefer Maimon Gufo, just like we said in Samachei. If you remember the own Samachei, in the beginning of the Samachei, there was a Hemshach of Rosh Hashanah, which is like 7 Maimorim. Then later in Shavuot, it was also a Hemshach of 7 Maimorim. In the middle, there was individual Maimorim. In other words, same thing. Usually, most of the time, Tishrei, the Rebbe Rashab, Tishrei used to say a Hemshach of Maimorim. So in Ches also, what we're learning now is the Hemshach of Rosh Hashanah in Ches. Actually, in Ein Aleph also we had the same thing. In Ein Aleph there was the Hemshach of Rosh Hashanah, the Hemshach of Shavuot, the Hemshach of Pesach. There's a few groups of Maimorim that was said the Hemshach, but a lot of individual Maimorim in the between. In Ches also, the first few Maimorim are Hemshach, but later most of it is individual Maimorim. So now what we're learning now is the Hemshach of Rosh Hashanah. Ein Chetz is a Sefer Maimorim. Rosh Hashanah is a Hemshach of a few Maimorim together. So this Hemshach started in Ametha Korotziko. The first Maimer of the Hemshach described what is the meaning. The ultimate goal is that we should be mamshach in the Vovke of Shem Havaya Golu from Shem Havaya Shebe'atzmas. That we discussed in the first Maimer. Now in the second Maimer it continues. How do we achieve it? How do we achieve that Hamshach of himself? So we start talking about that's to tshuva, and then he starts talking about that the difference of tzaddikim about tshuva. So when he goes into it, and he says that it says in Kabbalah that tzaddikim is shem ma, and Bali tshuva is shem ban. So now the next step is discussing right now in another discussion of what is the difference of ma and ban. First, he said that ma and ban is yesh and ayin and yesh. Then it said it's eres and keli. Then he said that in eres guf for the two madrigas, ma and ban, which is the difference between dveikus v'imkoyer, she'ein v'dveikus v'imkoyer. Now, what we up to now is when he talks about this madrigas of ma and ban, they're in higher levels, and from that even in there's the eres lifnei atzimtzum is ma, and there's the kav it's shem ban. The Melee says nimtza, so that's what he wants to bring out. Nimtza, the gamba oyer sharpness shemban. So even in the oyers, which is oyer kav is not kalim, it's oyer is also shemban. So the concept of ban in oyers, we see it in a few madrigas, and like I said, in the oyer kav, the arich, bina, even in oyers. Ike upnes amalchus. The ikar concept of shem ban, which is nivdal, means it means it's a stage of being which you're separated from Malikus and you bottle. So that's the ban. So the ikar it's in Malchus. Spheres and Malchus is that concept, like we learned Barichas in the Hemshach Rosh and the Samachei. That the beginning of Malchus is the concept of Malchus means that the king applies himself to the people. It's something outside of himself. So every oil which is nivdal is shemban. Going back to what he actually started talking about Torah and Tikkun, but now he's going to go into it more and more barichas. So these two madrigas of Ma'aban are also found in these two major definitions, major levels of Gilul Likus. They're called Torah and Tikkun. The Tikkun of Pnei Shema. V'toyu u prinas shem ban, shem prinas ayin v'yesh. Again, it's the same thing, ayin and yesh. But what's interesting here is that in this order of Ishtashos, Toyu comes before Tikkun, but the source Tikkun is higher. Okay, but we will talk about it later. Right. So now he goes into a little discussion about Toyu, which we learned Barichas in a few Amorim in Samachei and Ein Aleph, but here he's going to talk about it also a little bit. What is the pshat? What are we saying that ban is yeah? So right brings a lie that Toyu is yesh. Ma Tikkun is ayin and Toyu is yesh. So he brings right away a proof to the point that Toya is yesh. Kamaima la'olam yeh adam rach k'koner lekosher keres. There's an expression in Gemara. The person shall always be soft, flexible, like a koner, like what is it called? It's that thing that grows on the
Reed.
reed, right? Reed, which is soft, it's moving. V'al kosher ke'eres, and it should not be hard as an eres, as a cedar tree. What's meant? The rachke kones, it says in Chassidus chat, the rachke kone emidas the tikkun. The midas of tikkun are soft, are flexible. That's tikkun. Kosher ke'eres midas the toya.
I'm sorry, just one question. So here we say that Tova Tikkun is Bechinat Ma Uban, and which is Ayin Vayesh. So we are saying that the ban is Yesh.
Yes.
But we just not top. So we said that the third line, the fourth line, is saying that what Oren so Simsu Bechinat Ma Kema Amor Ayu Shimon Bado, but Simsu Makav Nikra Ban Bichlad. So this we said. Didn't we say the Farker? Didn't we say that Bechinat Ban is all around? You are saying Ban is the in Nivdal. It is
Nivdal means yesh. Nivdal means yesh. Nivdal means it's separate from its source, so it's in a state of yeshes. Yeah. So all that's what that he started saying that ban. That at the beginning of the page test, the bottom of page test, he said that ban, man ban is ayin and yesh. Man is v'nachnu mo ayin. And ban is yesh, but in the middle he said that even in so that's earth and kalim. But he said even in earth that aspect of earth which is nivdal, which is also yesh. Nivdal means it's separate, it's independent. So that means yesh. So that's ban. Ban is yesh, and mas is ayin. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Okay, so that's what he said. Also, you're right. What he said earlier, but in stuff, the Aaron stuff, the way it's lifnei tzimtzum, it's in total veikus, then it's ayin, that's ma. But la'achar tzimtzum, there's kav, that's already more separate, nivdal, then it's called ban. Okay, but now he's talking the way it is in Toy and Tikkun. Very also, he goes very bekitzer here. Mishkos and makamacher, the shleima, the earth that time has nivdal. Okay, even the earth of Toyu are oil nivdal, like we said earlier. So we see here that earth, that Toyu and Tikkun also represent these two aspects of Ma and Ban, which is Ayin and Yesh. Ach inyan hashvira de Toyu. What is the concept of the shvira? We all learned about the Elam Toyu. That there's a shvira sakelim. What does shvira mean? A kavana was there. So the shvira is really the purpose of the shvira is that is that expression is really new to a degree. Now the shvira has a purpose. The shvira means the reason why there's a shvira is in order that Toyu should lose that yeshus. Yeshul oven bika tam loya shvira prinas shem sag the Toyu should prinas ban. So it brings in another concept in Kabbalah. So in other words, we said before that Toyu is ban. That's the Toyu the way it. I think after the shvira, but the way it's Toyu started, Shem Sag. By Gilas Yaakov, it says what's Sag? Shem Sag. We have the four Shemas, Ma, Ban, Sag, Ab, which are really 4 ways of counting the miluim of Shem Havaya. The Shem Havaya, the Yud Kei Vav Kei, the way you write it out, there's a few ways to do it. It's a Shem Ab is Yud, the Vav, the way you write the Vav is Vav Yud Vav. And then you can write the Vav Aleph Vav. And also the Hey can be written two ways. Hey Yud, Hey. So these are the 4 ways that the gematria is either Ma, Ban, Ab, and Sag and Ab. Stam saying the Chag. Shem Ab and Sag are in a way that the higher sometimes below that actually one of my morim, sometimes Ab Sag Maban or correspond to Chochma, Bina, Zo, and Malchus. So Ab and Sag are the Mashpia Makabel, which is a higher grade, higher level. So it says in Kabbalah that the Shvira was in Shem Sag. It says Kule Sog Yard of Ne'eloch. The Shvira is in Shem Sag, which is in a higher madriga of Ban. So it says in Sefer Kelis Yaakov, Shenishmatid ala Feres Misag. What is the Shvira? The Shvira means Sag is 63, Ban is 52. So how do you get from 63 to 52? You take off 11. So Kelis Yaakov Shenishmatid ala Feres Misag. Mnisha Ban Mizeba Misa. He's using the word Misa because in the Psukim in Parshas Vayishlach, when it talks about the Malachim of Toyu, Va'imlach, Vayomais. So the Shvira is also called Misa. So this is the Kabbalah language to explain the concept of the Shvira of Toyu. So, but he's gonna go a little discussion here, and then we're gonna
בדרך כלל, they are not associating the sag with the shvira. Ban, yeah, but not sag.
So what he says is sag is the way it's before the shvira, and the ban is after the shvira. That's what it says. Actually, that's what we learned in Samachay, in the Maimah Vayigdal Anoim Samachay, which is almost like a primary source in the concept of Torah and Tikkun. He explained why was the Shviras HaKelim, v'shaKelim Ktanim lo yechlu lizbar. The Kelim were too small. Too small means they didn't have the bittul. They were too contained. They couldn't handle it. But Emes ain't they moving.
I'm sorry, this is not clear to me. This is even in sag?
This is in Toya. Yeah, in Toya the base in Sag. Why is it not clear?
No,
yeah,
because usually we associating it with ban. Sag is not associated with shvira.
Really?
I don't know. It's a question.
No, I mean it says here the opposite. It says here that the Shvira was in Sag. I mean, Sag is the madrega of Toyu. Sag is Toyu. Ab. Sometimes it says Ab is Ak and Sag is Toyu. So Sag is the madrega of Toyu where the Shvira was. Remember, there's also it says even in the Siddur in the Memorim of Purim that Sag or he says gas. The Sag was the Shvira turned Sag into gas. Gas is it says in a lot of places that Sag is the Shvira.
There's the next page
What
also.
is ban?
What?
Ban. So
Ban is after the Shvira. Okay, we'll discuss the whole thing here. So let's take it one line at a time. So first of all, he has a question. What is the reason for the Shvira? Because the Kenim are Ktanim. Behemoth ain't they moving. So this concept is not really fully understood. See sometimes that small vessels can receive a big amount of flight. We always talk about in the body, the human body, the head is not the biggest organ. You have the whole body, you have the torso, but the rest of the body is bigger than the head. So we see in the body that the fact that something is small doesn't necessarily mean it can't handle a lot of oil. Actually, when we talk about it, in Tikkun, the in the kelim on a state of mute, but it's a lot of fire shines. Minded kasha kelu kabel oil bechato gava gam ribe. Ubetoyu shelo yochel kabel זה אמרת שלא היה קיינים לקבל. So you have to understand. So basically, he's questioning why do we say that the problem with the kelim of Toyu was kelim ketanim? Ketanim is not chisaron. We see that ketanim can handle riboy. That's question number one. And the second question is we get to the oil. זה פלוס הכלים. אחרי גם מן האוil נאכל בשביר רווח ניצוץ, זה צריך לומר מה הטעם שגאים לשביר גם באוil. So he has two questions here. Okay. In other words, he's taking the text, the Kabbalah text, talks about Torah and Tikkun. He has two questions. Number one, why do we say that the reason the kelim broke? So let's go back. Like I said in Kabbalah, a lot of times we use something extremely material, visual. It's an example of you take a cup of glass, let's say, and you push a lot of water into it, and it shatters. Too much water, right? So what shatters? What shatters is the keli. The question is, but what comes out Rapach Nitzut, this is also from the Oiris. The Oiris says, why did the Oiris fall? Mainly the Kalim fell, because the Kalim broke. Looks like the Oiris also fell, also experienced the Indian of Nefila and Shvir. So this is the two questions we're gonna leave now. The two questions that that he's expressing. No, and they get in of Toyu and Toyu. Number one, why is the kelim mo'atim, kelim ketanim achison? Number two, why did the Oiris also break? The Oiris are the Oiris. The Oiris stayed the way they are before. So this is the question we're gonna leave. All right, figure out tomorrow.
Shkoyach.
Thank you.
Shkoyach.